Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's live session. So, guys, there's been this trending headline on the social media space today that INEC INEC has stopped acknowledging Julius Abure as the Labour Party chairman. Some people say it is victory for Peter Obi, while others say it's a trap for Peter Obi. I don't know what your take is. So we are going to be looking into all that. Initially for me, I saw it as a victory because I know Peter Obi has been patiently waiting for INEC. People were even wondering why has INEC not reacted or taken a stance or taken a decision on Julius Abure after the Supreme Court ruling. Because sometimes another trick that the Nigerian judges use today, when they rule on an issue, they will make it so ambiguous. They will make it so complicated for people to be able to interpret the ruling. If you've seen that of Natasha Akpoti, that's one of the challenges she's facing. After the Supreme Court ruled on her case, people were like, even one lawmaker was saying that the judges are not helping issues. I mean, one lawmaker, possibly he's from the APC, I can't really see. But on the floor of the House there, he was really saying that the judges in Nigeria need to rule and make their statement very clear to the point that ordinary people will be able to read it and understand it, because the way they will just twist the whole thing. Okay, now Natasha understands that the judgment is in her favor, while the Senate president is saying that no, she cannot resume her position as a senator and represent her people, that's not what the court ruled. And there've been this back and forth. Now, in the case of Julius Abure, Peter Obi has gone there was a time Peter Obi and the Alex Oti group, they all went to INEC to go present. I think that was the ruling of the court, to say, INEC, this is what the court has ruled. I mean, the Supreme Court, Peter Obi was like, INEC should take its stance, because even if Supreme Court rules and they still go on INEC's website only for them to see Julius Abure as the Labour Party chairman, it keeps giving people worry. So INEC did not take a stance even after the Supreme Court ruled. So Peter Obi has been patiently waiting. Sure, that is even what has really scattered the Labour Party, because this same INEC chairman refused to take his position on that case. I mean, they just left they left Abure on their website as the Labour Party chairman all this while, and that is what gave Abure the power to come out and begin to brag, as in he's still the Labour Party chairman, and using Arabambi and co to start talking to Obi anyhow. So Peter Obi, as a peaceful man, he has been patiently waiting. He has never Sorry for that breaking transmission. I think my internet just went off. I'm so sorry for that. So what I was trying to say is that now Abure is currently no longer being recognized as the Labour Party chairman. The INEC chairman or whosoever has taken that decision. So Abure has been removed from their website. And Nigerians are also worried about the timing. Why is it happening now? Why is Abure taking this decision? Not Abure, the INEC chairman. Why is this decision coming now? Some people are saying that it's a trap for Peter Obi, that is the APC that is not controlling INEC. That is not really because Abure to be the Labour Party chairman, that they just want to use it to lure Peter Obi back to the Labour Party so that Peter Obi will not join the coalition. I don't know if you're understanding what I'm saying. That people are now, because I made a video on this, but so many people who reacted said it's a trap for Peter Obi. If Abure is no longer being recognized, suddenly, Inec, suddenly, at this dying moment, Inec stopped recognizing Abure as the Labour Party chairman, meaning that it's a victory for Peter Obi. Looking at it from just an ordinary point of view, you will say, oh, it's a victory for Peter Obi. So nnamdi Usman is going to be the chairperson because she is in the on the Peter Obi side. But people are saying that this is a big trap for Peter Obi. If Peter Obi thinks Inec is going to favor him suddenly by removing Abure, that is all trap for Peter Obi, you know. I have a video here where Inec chairman is saying he is ready for peace, and he's also calling on other stakeholders and other party members to come. But let me just give you this video just for you to see that.
The Independent National Electoral Commission, Inec, has excluded all candidates submitted by Julius Abure and his faction of the Labour Party from the final list of the August 16, 2025 by-elections and the Federal Capital Territory Area Council elections. In a firm statement released, INEC clarified that the disqualification stems from the expiration of Abure's tenure as national chairman of the Labour Party on June 8, 2023. The decision is backed by a Supreme Court judgment which declared that Abure and his National Working Committee no longer possess any legal authority to act on behalf of the party. According to INEC, none of the primary elections conducted by the Abure-led faction were monitored by its officials. Now, to discuss this, we are joined by a member of the Labour Party, Monday Mawa. Monday.
So, guys, you heard him clearly. Even those candidates that are under Abure's faction or Abure-led faction of the Labour Party, INEC disqualified all of them. This is in Abuja. You know, INEC has disqualified all of them, meaning that the Labour Party does not have any candidates at the grass level, you know, grassroots level. You know what that means? The grassroots level is very important because this is the easiest way to get to the indigenes of any part of the country. These grassroots representatives. Now, INEC has disqualified all Labour Party, you know, people that are really applicants or people who want to vie for one position or the other, contestants or whatever you call it. INEC has disqualified all of them, citing Supreme Court's ruling and saying that Abure's tenure has expired. So why is INEC taking this decision at such a time like this? Why now? Is it trying to, okay, elections are already closed. Peter Obi, come back to Labour Party. We have removed Abure. Then tomorrow, if Peter Obi comes back, you see the same Abure whom we know that visited Wike. Till today, Abure refused to tell Nigerians what his discussion or his meeting with Wike was all about. You know, he said it was just on a personal note. So we don't know when Abure started becoming friends with Wike for both of them to meet, and Abure as a chairman still refused disclosing to the Labour Party people or even those of them at the executive level to tell them what exactly he went to do with Wike or he went to meet Wike for. So many people are saying that Peter will be going back to the Labour Party. So guys, honestly, it's really a very tricky moment. It's very, very tricky. You know, some people are saying that, hey, Peter Obi, don't go back. Oh, don't go back. But that he should stay back in the coalition. That if he goes back, Abure is going to mess up things with him because Abure is no longer like a clean person, considering the fact that he is in the APC, he is there, and then he went to meet with Wike. That alone, some people are like saying that no, Abure cannot be innocent of, you know, being used as an instrument against Peter Obi in the upcoming election. And some people are saying, okay, that Peter Obi can now go back to the Labour Party and just abandon the coalition. Peter Obi should run with Dati Baba Ahmed, which is a better person for him to run, because if Peter Obi is going to be in the coalition, it's likely Peter Obi is going to run with El-Rufai. It's likely. And these are two people whom their ideologies are just in opposite direction to each other, you know. Peter Obi, and you can't just, their two personalities are far, far different. So some people are like, how is it that Peter Obi is going to run with El-Rufai? How is it possible and all that? While some people actually are actually supporting Peter Obi running with El-Rufai, saying that Peter Obi need a very strong force, you know, to get northern votes. That if Peter Obi uses El-Rufai is like one of those people who can inherit those Buhari supporters in the north. They call followers of Buhari who do not even want to know, or who do not even care whether Buhari performed or not, if Buhari had anything to offer or not. They are always ready to you know, vote for Buhari. That El-Rufai can easily win those people. And in case you don't know, El-Rufai was in Sokoto State, I think yesterday, and he told them that they are going to drive all the Lagos bandits back to Lagos. He used a very raw statement on Tinubu, telling Nigerians that they can no longer survive another one full term, you know, of Tinubu's government. So El-Rufai is actually a force in the north. So some people see him as a very good match for Peter Obi to get northern vote, that Peter Obi is already dominant in the south. So if he gets somebody who also has the influence in the north, it's going to be an easy win for Peter Obi. And that's actually why people are supporting Peter Obi to stay in the coalition. But now, you know, last week there was this speculation about Dati Ahmed. Labour Party has decided to adopt Dati Ahmed as their candidate, which I'm not against, because Dati Ahmed has a very big respect for Peter Obi. For me, when I heard it, I just told myself that possibly he wants to a kind of use his influence to keep some obedience under him. Then close to the election, he can relinquish them to Peter Obi. That's how I see it, because politics is it's a game. It's also something you have to be very mathematical about. So that's how I see it. So Abure now was trying to give Dati Ahmed ticket. So if Abure had given Dati Ahmed ticket, that's how Inec is going to disqualify it. So if Peter Obi had even stayed back in Labour Party fully, we know Peter Obi is still in the Labour Party, but you know, he stayed in the Labour Party is like one leg here, one leg there. So if Peter Obi has equally gotten his ticket under Julius Abure, this is how they would have disqualified Peter Obi, that Abure gave him that ticket while his tenure has expired. So guys, this thing is so complicated. You can see it for yourself. It's really, really so complicated, considering the fact that we are dealing with a judiciary that is, you know, APC manipulated or influenced. We are dealing with an Inec chairman whom the politicians have in their pockets. People are even saying that this Inec chairman, Mahmoud, you can never trust him with what happened in the last election, that the script he's playing now is APC script and Wike script. And looking at it from the fact that Abure went to visit Wike, you see, you just look at it, you see that everything people are saying is just rhyming. I mean, this man is not clean, he's not clear, and the whole thing is somehow. Anyway, let me play this video just for you to see where Julius Abure is asking for peace. He wants the Labour Party members to come and it kind of let them have like a peace talk, that they don't have to be fighting, that they should just unite the party, you know. Now, let me allow you to take a look at what he has got to say.
Open for reconciliation. I've said it very clearly that I'm ready to make peace. Political party politics is about compromises. It's also about conflict. It's also about resolution of conflict, and your capacity and your ability to resolve conflict, accept people who have offended you, forgive them, looking at the bigger picture of winning and making the party a ruling party in the country, and ultimately enthroning a leadership in the country that will drive the process of growth and development of the party is key.
Right from the beginning, when I was appointed as the national chairman, I made it public that I wanted us to come back together, work as a team. There is no victor, no vanquish. Let's come together, put our house in order, because together we'll win, but divided, certainly will fall. So I just want to also call on not just Mr. Abure, any other person who feels aggrieved, that please let us come sit together, talk. Congresses will soon start. If there's any position anybody is interested in, they can contest for it.
The leaders of the party are optimistic that these issues will be resolved on time ahead of the 2027 general elections. Daily Omo quickly became the governor of Ondo State.
So you heard it very well, that the Labour Party is optimistic that they are going to resolve these issues before 2027 presidential election. I don't know what your take is. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you think this is actually a neutral step by Inec, or is Inec up to something? Like, honestly, I posted that video on my channel and I have seen so many comments coming from Nigerians. Majority of them saying that Inec is just playing APC script, that they want to remove Abure now. What has kept them? This court's ruling has been there for long. They refused to implement it. They kept Abure's name on their website, and that emboldened Abure, emboldened Arabambi, emboldened Apapa, emboldened all of them. Arabambi has been coming out calling Peter Obi that he wants to plot a coup against Tinubu and all that, you know. INEC emboldened these people. Now, all of a sudden, because elections are about to hold, especially in the FCT, where Wike has vowed that Peter Obi won FCT in the last election, he should come and win again, let him see. He should come and win again, let him see. Wike has vowed that Obi is not going to win there. What else does he know how to do? If, like Amechi said, that Rivers State is known for writing results, election results. What else again would Wike do if not writing results? Because he will not. He has just one vote. How will he be claiming like Peter Obi can never win the FCT? You know, he has just one vote, but he speaks as if he's going to be the one to vote on the behalf of everybody in the FCT. And in case you don't know, if you go to the FCT, you find out that all the billboards, if they don't have Tinubu's a photo or, you know, his campaign material, they have that of Wike. Wike has already on time went to like occupy billboards. I don't even think any other party is going to find where to paste, you know, in their own campaign material. I watched a guy on Twitter who was like, he's a skit maker, just like, but he speaks to facts, you know. He was saying that, oh, he has a concert, that he can't even find a billboard to post, you know, the material for his whatever, you know. And he was like, everywhere has been taken over by either Tinubu's posters or that of Wike. You can imagine Wike is not vying for any position, but he has used his own poster alongside that of Tinubu 2-3 years to election. He has filled everywhere in the FCT. And one keeps wondering, is it just by all this, or is it really what Nigerians want at such a time? You must have watched the video of Wike when he was talking about how he got a Rolls Royce. He said he got it with his money, nobody gave it to him, that he came from a well-to-do family and all that, you know, because Nigerians were trying to like say, Wike, you can't even compare yourself with Peter Obi, somebody who has a business, who has his whole life worked for his money from school. Peter Obi started making money while he was still in the university. Until now, he's still in business. And then Wike, who graduated from school as a lawyer and has never held any office or any, as in office, not in public space, as in he has not like worked. You know, you can't really trace his work history, but he has a Rolls Royce today. That's to tell you that, oh my God. You also heard about the King Igbe, the senator from Labour Party, who came out to say that the land that Wike gave to his son, within 24 hours, when the news broke on the internet and people were like talking about the worth of that land, we can reduce that land from, from the figure people were calling to, is it 2 million naira, 2 million naira? Because as a governor, you have the right to change price. Sorry, not governor, minister. You have the right to like change the cost of things. So guys, when you look at how these politicians are playing over our, our brain, you just keep wondering if they even think we are humans. I don't think they do. So I'm just going to take you through the Twitter space just for you to see some of the stuffs we have there that have been trending today. And Bajabia Mila has come out to tell Nigerians, begging Northerner to be specific. Bajabia Mila is begging the North to please allow Tinubu to complete his next tenure. You can imagine that they know that they failed Nigerian people. The only option they have is to now start begging. And some people have been reacting to that request by Bajabia Mila, which I'm going to take you through. Let's just quickly take a look at that post of Bajabia Mila begging Nigerians to please allow Tinubu to finish his tenure. He's begging the Northerners, recently, somebody said Tinubu is already worried about the North. He has moved to beg to like appease the Northerners so that they will not get angry and refuse to vote for him. I don't know. I'm trying to get that headline. I think, yeah, this is it. You can see it here. And let me widen it if you can see it very well. Okay, sorry, this is from Erufai. Okay, like I said, Erufai was in Sokoto State. This is what he told the Northerners there. He said, incompetent, clannish Tinubu-led government will destroy Nigeria if re-elected in 2027. Erufai. Erufai said a lot of things in the north, and the people, Northerners, they are easily carried away when there are people, someone from their area is talking to them, Now, this is the 2027 polls. Let Tinubu finish what he started. Bajabia Amila begs northern ex-lawmakers. Did you see it? He's begging the northern ex-lawmakers, not even the lawmakers who are still serving, those that have finished serving, he is begging them, because those that are serving, they are all in Tinubu's pocket. Tinubu is like, Tinubu is giving the the governors money, the subsidy money. They said he's giving governors big money. Tell me why Tinubu does not deem it necessary to build good hospital, work on Nigerian school system, especially rebuilding, or trying to upgrade our infrastructure in the education sector, the hostels where students are living. Today, somebody made a video on Ghanaians mocking Nigerian hostels. You need to see the rot in the Nigerian hostels, how dirty their beds and the environments are. While Ghanaians, their own is looking so good. They have very good hostels. They were displaying it online. And then to even make you angry now as a Nigerian, the Ghanaian president, the newly elected president of Ghana, has gone ahead to grant free education to the people of Ghana. I mean, free education, even if you're in the university. I even heard that those that have already paid, he ordered that their money should be given back to them. Oh my God, if it's just this one thing. If it's just this one thing alone. But in Nigeria, Tinubu increased the prices of school fees and now told people he's going to give them a loan. Can you imagine that? They increased the school price, cost of going to school in Nigeria, and now promise people loan. Don't you know that it is an indirect way to put you into debt? School that was supposed to be even made free for you, free of charge. They came in, they made it more expensive, and they promised you loan that you will take by the time you graduate. Like the students in America, some of them, when they graduate, they are not always happy because they are leaving school with so much debt. And then they come back, even if they had a first class, you don't see smiles on their faces because they are wondering, how am I going to pay off these debts to start my own life? That's exactly what you are seeing in Nigeria. But the government of Ghana has really taken a very exemplary step by declaring education free for their people. And those that have already paid, like even their university students that have paid, he decided to say, please reimburse them back their money, because it is now going to be free of charge. We don't know when we are going to see such in Nigeria. So let's just quickly take a look at some of the reactions coming from Nigerians after Femi Gbajabiamila said the northern ex-lawmakers should please allow Tinubu to finish what he has begun. This person saying, finish decimating Nigeria's economy and loot Nigeria dry, you mean? Another person said, to finish Lagos appointment, this person now had to list all of Tinubu's appointed people, and majority of them are Yorubas. All these names are Yoruba names. And you know, this, not all. I've seen one Ijoma here. But you know, majority of the Tinubu's appointment, which people are talking about now, is more of the Yorubas. People have now tied nepotism to Tinubu's government. They are even saying that it is worse than what we saw under Buhari. Buhari was the most nepotic president Nigeria has ever had. But the way people are talking about Tinubu's own night appears he now scored more points than Buhari. So, guys, when they say Emilokon, it's just about themselves, not about Nigerians generally. We want to see a government that will come in. You consider the North, you consider the South, and then geopolitically, you consider the 6th geopolitical zone. If you are developing this area, you are developing this area, and the amount of money you are putting in this sector or in this part of the country should not be far bigger than what you are putting on the other. Like now, see in Lagos, just the Calabar Coastal Highway, Calabar Lagos. Do you know how much? In trillions. You just put it in one place. And then now they want to renovate the airport in Lagos. Do you know how much that will cost? Festus Kayamo said what has been approved is even close to $1 trillion. 900 billion plus has been approved. But only the airport is going to cost $712 billion. Not okay, I think that should be in naira. 712 billion naira is going to be used to renovate the airports in Lagos. Some people, even the northerners, I saw some of them reacting that the one in Kanu, they gave it only 40 billion. Why are they using 700 and something for that of Lagos? So guys, we don't even go to places like the Southeast because it's a forgotten region. Neither do you even go to the South that is producing the oil that is giving Nigeria the money. The South is also, the South and the Southeast are where the oil is coming from. But those two regions, they have been forgotten, you know. They have been forgotten. When you go to some of the Bayelsa and River State schools and, you know, those interiors, you see how people are living their lives. You begin to wonder, are these the states providing Nigeria with oil? Then you go to even Imo State that has, Abure State that has, you know, a lot to offer. They still don't get the best from the government. But let's not even go there. The North now is not happy with the Tinubu's government because they feel that they are being marginalized. They are not getting appointment. Tinubu is moving all the money to the Southwest. Anyway, this person said, you mean hunger, insecurity, unavoidable death, and sorrow, plus further dividing Nigeria with ethnic bigotry and hubris. On top election where he no win. No, thanks. So this person is telling Femi Gbajabiamila that we don't want. Femi Gbajabiamila is begging Nigerians to allow Tinubu to come back and finish his tenure. He's begging the North, and they are saying no. This person say, all of you are going back to Lagos, where you all came from. Take your tribalism and get the fuck out of our national politics. So you see that many people are complaining about Tinubu being so tribalistic and all that, you know. Many people believe that Tinubu has not done well in uniting the country. He's so tribalistic, and that's exactly what you heard from that guy that just spoke, this person, Stephen Ume, MBA. So this other person said, no way, he should gather you all and return to your useless Lagos. Honestly, this person say 1,000% in support. Tinubu must finish the shege he started to teach you one Nigeria suffer heads. A very vital lesson that Nigeria is irredeemable and no amount of election will bring about any change. This person is in support of that people should continue and teach Nigerians that Nigeria can never be salvaged. I mean, that the situation in Nigeria can never be redeemed. And this person say, Baja, no, please. By the time Bat is done with us in this tenure, we will be crying blood, as our tears must have dried up. Hunger is already the order of the day, and political corruption is at its highest level since independence. Enough is enough. ADC to the rescue. This person say, ADC, come and rescue us, come and save us. So, because by the time Tinubu finishes, nobody is going to survive. Another person here said, if we allow hunger, will finish common Nigerian, while his friend will eat and throw away. So no way for that. So guys, that is what they are saying, what Nigerians are saying. There's a lot of reaction there, which I may not just go into taking them. But you can see what is happening in Nigeria today. Tinubu has really failed so woefully beyond expectation. Now, this video you're about to watch is coming from Angola. So this person tweeted and said, Angola, let me try to zoom it so that you might read with me. He said, Angola has given 24 hours eviction order to all Chinese nationals. They are accused of laundering mineral resources and destroying environment. So you can see, this to tell you that, you see, these are politicians. See, I don't think China will just come into a country and begin to mine without the government knowing. I don't know the kind of agreements they have, because this thing is also happening in Nigeria, But Angola now is fed up. It's fed up. They have oil. I think they also have, is it black gold in Angola? And now they are accusing Chinese of coming to their country just to steal their minerals and run away. And now they've told them that all of them should leave. And if you see this post now, you can see it has a very, so many people have liked it and have also reposted it, and many people have commented, meaning that people like this move. We are wondering when we are going to see such a thing in Nigeria. So this headline is also saying that 600, more than 600,000 persons have been buried in Nigeria and 2 million abducted in 1 year. You see the kind of figures they give us in this country. It's really heartbreaking when you see how many people that have been abducted. These just figures that, sometimes these figures are not facts, because the government does not like putting out the real thing out there, because they don't want other countries to begin to see the nyash of Nigerians. But if you follow it critically, on a normal day, you know that these figures are just a joke from what is obtainable on the ground. Like in Benue State today, there was this headline that headers still went again and bite some people. The media will not carry it. You hardly see it. Most times, Sahara reporters can carry, but most of these incidences, nobody carries them. And these people will just, their life will just be ended. Now, this Dino Melaye, he was on Channels Television, and this is when he said, I have advised a lot of my friends in the APC to buy helmet before it becomes expensive. Nigerians are hungry. So he was there to express his dissatisfaction with the Tinubu's government, which is not what I'm going to do. This is just a very short clip. And what he said there is exactly what he said. Now, Chimamanda has lent his voice in speaking about the hardship in Nigeria. She said, middle class reduced to beggars. Chimamanda decries hardship in Nigeria. And this is justice. Somebody said, if you are earning 500,000 naira in Nigeria, you will be hungry. But before the Tinubu's government, if you are earning 500,000, you are like a big person. This is why many doctors are now running away. Many nurses are leaving Nigeria, because they are like, how is it going to happen? Now, this is the president, the newly elected president of Argentina. I think this man came in after Tinubu came in. But see the headline that is coming from Argentina. It says, breaking. Over 10.9 million Argentines lifted out of poverty since Javier Milei took office. Do you see how many people we have plunged our own? This man came in, I think, after Tinubu became president. So Tinubu is even an older president. Tinubu has stayed in power more than him. But see his performance now. You know, he came in like play. Argentina is really changing. 10 point something, almost 11 million persons have been lifted out of poverty. Honestly, this is a good record. But you know, now in Nigeria, okay, let me read this person's tweet. The person that posted this post, he said he took office 7 months after Tinubu took over. You see, exactly. I didn't even read this headline before I started commenting. So this man came to, Tinubu was already 7 months in office before this man came in. Oh my God, Nigerians, this is the problem now. This is the problem. And when you go to the social media, some of our brothers and sisters from the Southwest, they are just there trying to tarnish Peter Obi's image. They, I don't know why you can't even fight grace, for God's sake. You know, but look at it. This man took office. I don't know if you can see this tweet. Let me put it the other way around so that I think that way. Yes, look at it here. The person, this uptown of Lagos, he said he took office 7 months after Mr. Bola Tinubu took office. In 1 year and 6 months, he pulled 10.9 million Argentinians out of poverty. In 1.5 years, BAT has sank in more in the same time frame. That is, Tinubu hasn't pushed more people into poverty in Nigeria. So guys, it's really, really so amazing what this guy is doing. He's really doing a very good job, you know. This other headline of his, again, I think another person posted, he said, breaking extreme poverty in Argentina drops another 18% during the past year to a new low of 7 point, you see, from 18 to 7.4%. Poverty dropped. Hey, people are now getting rich, wealthy. This is exactly what China did to save its country, you know. This is exactly what China did to pull its people out of poverty. In Nigeria, our politicians are busy buying big cars, buying new jets, and, you know, squandering the money. You must have seen some of the records coming from the governors. They will tell you that this governor allocated 700 million in traveling, 500 million naira in eating, in feeding. All the money Tinubu is giving them, instead of Tinubu to channel this money, build international not airports, hospitals, at least, that politicians in Nigeria can use, they will not build. Now you know it is intentional why we don't have good hospitals in Nigeria. Do you know that? Because if it's a necessity, that would have been the number one thing Tinubu would do with the subsidy he's saving, or at least build standard hospitals across the 36 countries, states in Nigeria, so that the northerners will have their own. In each state you go there, there's a federal government hospital that can really attend to people's needs. Or even build one, maybe in Abuja, or even in Lagos, or any part of the country. Just build one of a big or a high standard, so that when people are sick, they can go there and get diagnosed and be well treated. Like many Nigerians are traveling to India, traveling to other countries. And recently, there is a bill on the floor of the Senate to ban every public officer. If you are working for the government, you will be banned from traveling outside, or for medicals. You will not travel out, whether it's India or even Ghana here. You will not go to hospital in any of those countries. You know, you must stay in Nigeria. You see, politicians, they want to ban the ordinary man, but them themselves, they will be flying. You can't ban Tinubu now if he's sick from going to France. Buhari, it couldn't be stopped. He finally died there in the UK. Now the ordinary people will be stopped from, you know, going to other places to go get treatment. So guys, it's really, really so pathetic when you see the way things are going in this country. A very big kudos to the people of Argentina. God has really answered their prayer finally, because they were really into recession when this man came in. You know, life was really hard for a typical Argentinian, but now you can see that things have changed. So Peter Obi has finally replied, Chukwuma Soludo. Peter Obi has come out to reaffirm that one-term presidency is what he wants. You know, Soludo made a mockery of Peter Obi. He said those people that are saying they want to serve for one term, they have psychiatric problem, that they must be taken to the psychiatrist for treatment. I'm so ashamed of him, you know, coming out and be saying, being a prof, he speaks so low, as in you won't even believe a professor is the one throwing such a weighty jab on someone like Peter Obi. This was how he discredited Peter Obi in the last election, that Peter Obi can never win. Peter Obi does not have what it takes to rule Nigeria. But we know that election now, Peter Obi won 100%, whether you like it or not. If Peter Obi did not win, why did the glitch happen? If Peter Obi did not win, why did Inec chairman announce Tinubu as winner while people were sleeping? You see, anything that has that midnight move it has a question mark. Even till today, all the election, all the figures that came from Rivers State, they still have a lot of discrepancies, which INEC refused to make clear to Nigerians. So, what's his name again? Soludo has always talked down on Peter Obi, a man, a competent man, a credible man, a man that is so transparent that Nigerians have fallen in love with. But, you know, an Igbo man will always fight an Igbo man. That is the problem. So, like here, Peter Obi say, like Ibrahim Lincoln, Mandela, that's Nelson Mandela, I vow to serve only one term as president, is Peter Obi. Peter Obi has told the Northerners that he's not going to be there for 2 terms. It's just 1 term, at least to lay foundation of what leadership is all about. So, like I told you guys about Festus Kayamo, this is it. Kayamo says 7.12 billion naira Lagos airport renovation will be funded with subsidy removal saving, featuring smart solutions to meet international standards. So the money that Tinubu saved, that subjected Nigerians to poverty, hardship, that people are still struggling with, you know, that is what they want to use it for, to build the airport. So guys, it's really, really so sad that we are here as a people. I'm just going to end this live here. I'm going to stop it here. I don't know if I was supposed to have a guest here today, but he's not there. So, but I'm going to end it here because there are a lot of things on the internet. If we should just keep discussing what is happening on the internet, you know. There are a lot, especially when it comes to the kind of leadership we have today in Nigeria. Okay, now this is Cos Charis. He came out saying that Nigerian politicians. Okay, let me allow you just listen to this video. You know, listen to it yourself, and then we'll quickly just comment.
Let me share the most recent one, not current governor, but the one before, wanted us to supply vehicles. And we deliver vehicles. And they wanted me to inflate invoices of vehicle of 40 million to write 80 million. I told them I don't do it.
Seriously?
Yes, of course. I said, sorry, I don't do it. Wow. They say, if you don't do it, you don't have business. I said, okay, good luck. I left.
You leave the money.
Somebody else had to buy those cars and inflated the invoice. He bought it from us and pay us at our own invoice. I cannot launder money for you. And they did it. So you can't, there are many of them. Have you had that any senator come to buy motor from us or House of Assembly? Even when they bought Range Rover, share them, but they can't buy from us because we will write the amount, we sell it in the invoice.
Are you serious?
So therefore, they can't buy from us. They have to go through third party. They even don't know we are the brand representative, we are the agent. Why would the business not come to us? So there are many things you suffer. But let me even tell you, growing up as a young man, because I cannot tell you I've never been in a situation of vulnerability. After my boss settled me, I'm still struggling. I wouldn't say I'm a rich man, but struggling.
So guys, you heard him very well. How Nigerian politicians inflate prices. If they want to buy one car now and they tell you that is $50 million, they will make it times two to become $100 million. And that is what they will subtract from the budget. Tell me where the extra money. So, guys, this tells you a lot. When they tell you they renovated the ICC with 39 billion, they renovated Shetima's residence with 21 billion, they renovated the Tinubu's office, they bought new computer, they bought SUVs, they bought new tires, they bought computer and all this. They will be adding money, adding money. These things are all padded. You know, in the last budget now, they discovered a lot of padding. What has happened? Have they removed those padding? Who even padded it in the first instances? Does it mean that the Tinubu's government does not know that those paddings happen? So, guys, this video is very, very, very important just for Nigerians to see. You see this man, he's a very wealthy man. He said they came to him, the politician came to him and said, we want to buy a car, but you have to write a false figure. As in, if it's 60 million, you have to write maybe 90 million, 100 million, or 120 million on the receipt so that we'll get the extra money. But he refused. They went and got a third party. A third party is going to be a middleman. So they will not deal directly with him. They have somebody that will write the receipt for them and then come to this person because he's the main dealer and get the vehicles, you know. So, guys, it tells you a lot about what is happening today in Nigeria. All the loans that are being collected by the Tinubu's government, Nigerians can see nothing for it. Even the subsidy they told us they are saving, we can really see nothing for it. And honestly, this is really, really what Nigeria has become today under the Tinubu's government. There's no transparency. One thing about Peter Obi is that Peter Obi has told Nigerians that if he borrows money, that there's nothing wrong with borrowing. If he borrows, he's going to make sure he tells Nigerians where he's putting the money, and he's going to be giving them updates on how the journey so far about, you know, the performances of the money wherever it is being channeled. Peter Obi said he is going to be addressing Nigerians regularly, giving them updates, not just borrow people's money and we only hear it on paper or newspaper that the Senate has approved. This one they even approved. Majority of the ones they approved it behind doors. You know, people, it didn't come to the floor of the Senate. But this last one they did now came to the floor of the Senate, and nobody could query it. Even if you've been watching the internet, you see Senator Guinea, is in Guinea, the northern senator that was suspended. He was the one challenging the Senate president that they don't have details on how the money that they just approved for Tinubu to borrow, how it is going to be used. Can you imagine? There is no proper information on how that money is going to be used. So, guys, that tells you a lot about the Nigerian political space. You know, so many things are happening, and we can't just but pray that God gives us the opportunity to retire Tinubu come 2027. I don't know what your takes are on all this. Let me know what you think about what's happening in Nigeria. And Abure, whatever, Abure is no longer the Labour Party chairman. People are saying Peter Obi should go back, but majority of the people are saying it's a trap. If Peter Obi goes back, that it's like the Labour Party is already an arm of the APC. They have so many of their moves there. So they are going to use them to work against Peter Obi, to frustrate Peter Obi badly. So some people are saying Peter Obi should just stay in the coalition. But you know, the coalition now, they say it's Atiku that owns it. So Atiku cannot use his money to gather all these people, and then you want him to just easily relinquish it to Peter Obi. While some people are saying that Peter Obi can come back to the Labour Party and run with Dati Ahmed or even El-Rufai, because El-Rufai has not joined the ADC. Peter Obi has not joined. Some people are saying that Peter Obi will be a perfect match for someone like El-Rufai, because Peter Obi needs a very strong influence in the north that will be able to pull crowd for him. So Peter Obi is already doing well in the south, you know, organically. People love him. People align with his ideologies, and people really want to see him become president in Nigeria. And only in the north, I mean, not really the entire north, because like in the middle belt, Benue, Nasarawa, Plateau, all those places, Taraba, Peter Obi has a very strong base in those places, you know. he won in the last election, majority of those places, despite all the riggings, you know, even in Abuja, Peter Obi won. So we should just be thinking of the core north and all that. But yeah, let me know what you think about what is happening in Nigeria. What's your take on all this? And there is this video I would have really loved to share with you guys. You know, there's this video where somebody was asking, you know, people have formed the habit of asking Elon Musk Croc. Let me show you what is. You see this icon here is Croc. This is an AI on the Twitter space. You see this GRO. So if you have any question, you click on it and ask it any question you want to ask it. It's going to give you very accurate information. So some people asked Croc about Peter Obi. Okay, somebody now asked and said, Croc, who is the best governor since Nigeria came into existence, you know? And Croc said the first person Croc identified is Peter Obi in that video. Let me see if I can get it and share it with you. I think that will end the session. So it says Peter Obi. He also talk about the Babatunde Fashola and mentioned David Duke and mentioned, yeah, this is it. Mention David Duke, even mention Erufai, you know, mention Erufai. I don't know, but let me just allow you to take a look at it.
To invest in the media.
Let me start it.
Mr. Peter Obi's biggest problem as a governor, his greatest sin as a politician, was his inability to invest in the media. His failure to invest in the media as a governor is the reason why today there are some quarters across the country that of people speaking ill or underrating his achievements while he was running Anambra State. And so somebody made a submission, asked Grok a question. For those that are wondering, Grok is actually the AI tool powered by X, formerly known as Twitter. And somebody asked Grok a question that, can you list the best governors in the history of Nigeria? And Grok, I'm going to read it verbatim. You can see it on your screen. Based on development indices, infrastructure, education, health, transparency from UNDP, World Bank, media reports from 1999 to 2025. Here's a list of 10 highly regarded Nigerian governors. Number 1, Peter Obi, Anambra State from 2006 to 2014. His fiscal prudence and dedication. Babatunde Fashola comes in second, Lagos 2007-2015. Urban infrastructure. Donald Duke comes in third, Cross River 1999-07, tourism environment at number 4, Nasir El-Rufai, Kaduna State, number 5, Babagana, Zulum, number 6, Dave Umahi, 7, Alex Oti, 8, Sheima Kinde, 9, Godwin Obaseki, 10, Mohammed Bago. These are, according to Grok, the top 10 governors ever since the Fourth Republic happened in 1999 up until date. And for Mr. Peter Obi's case, he did not go around with vuvuzelas like the governors of today, branding everything he did across the media, but this man changed lives. This man turned around Anambra State. Anambra State was one of the most unsafe states in Nigeria. Anambra State was one of the most least educated states in the country. Anambra State had no motorable roads in the country. Anambra had no healthcare system. The state was a mini Nigeria until this man became. Anambra State was the first state and the only state in the history of Nigeria that a sitting governor was kidnapped. Anambra State was the only state in Nigeria up until today that the government house was burnt down. Cabals were running that state amok until this man came in and transformed that state and made the state the safest state in Nigeria, as stated by the Inspector General of Police at that time, Abubakar. He did not just change the security apparatus and turn Anambra to the safest state. He took Anambra State from one of the worst states in education and took them to the very top in WAEC and NECO. He did all these things: healthcare, He built a 10-lane superhighway in Onitsha, Head Bridge. Anybody that knows about Onitsha Head Bridge will tell you about the travel time. If you're traveling from the west to the north and you're passing through Onitsha, people spend nights, especially during the festive seasons. People spend nights just in Onitsha. This man built 10-lane superhighway in Onitsha. Federal project. This man built over 800 kilometers of roads. This man built from ground up the Anambra State University, Ibariam campus. He built it from ground up, built the Anambra State Teaching Hospital. This man did he touched every single place of governance in Anambra State. And he was leaving, he left that state with approximately close to 32 billion naira and over $150 million. This man performed exceptionally great, but he failed in advertising the great works he did. And years later, people are asking, what did he do in Anambra State? This is just the few I can say in this short period of time for you guys to understand that there's no governor, as agreed by Grok and ChatGPT and every other AI tool you can ask, that can stand where Peter Obi stands. And I hope you understand. I have learned from his mistakes. I believe he has learned from his mistakes and he understands how effective the media can be as a tool in shaping narratives and in pushing out what you do in governance. Because if you don't talk, Nigerians will never know.
Yes.
Welcome to my pep talk.
So this information is very, very important, Actually, then people never knew the importance of media. Guess why Tinubu owns the TVC? It's for advertisement. Go now to TVC, everything they are talking about is positive about Tinubu. You can't see a headline there that says, oh, Nigerians are really suffering from hunger. Like in the American space now, that CNN will always, talk about the negative when it comes to Trump, while Fox News is where Trump is being promoted. But the TVC can never say anything bad about him. Even other media houses who want to say bad now, let them come after them and give them fine. But TVC is owned by Tinubu, and he knows why he went into media. He also has a newspaper company, the Nation. So Tinubu position, he knows he's into this politics game for a long time. He went and established this media house, not just for making money for himself, but to put himself out there. So when you go on TV, it's like if they produce like 20 videos in a day, maybe 15 of them is talking about the Tinubu's government, their achievements, how insecurity has bettered, how the statistics being put out is positive, and they will just be saying the good parts, about Tinubu. So the essence of media is just there, just that then possibly people didn't know what they know today, That's why Peter Obi is also on Twitter space. Like if he travels and makes all this donation, now he uses his own Twitter in his own little capacity to showcase some of the things he's doing. Some people will come out now and say, must he show everything he does? If he doesn't show it now, go now to Twitter. Some people will be saying, what did Peter Obi achieve in Anambra? What did Peter Obi said in one of his interviews? He said when he got to Anambra, he knew that building a skyscraper wasn't what the people needed. You don't come to a state and you just start building structures that at the end of the day, people might not even need it. He saw that education was on the ground. Like the health system was not working. And Peter Obi focused on that. Peter Obi talked about this Human Development Index a lot, which earned him so many awards. He gave water, he built roads, he made sure schools were functioning. Anambra is still benefiting from all those foundations that Peter Obi laid. Like there's this tweet last time that students went on an international platform and won, students from Anambra. They've been the ones winning. Have you not taken note of that? That Anambra State has been winning, because a very strong foundation was laid. And since Peter Obi laid those strong foundations, no other governor has even come to add more to it when it comes to education. Currently, you need to see Anambra that used to rank first in WAEC NECO. They are now going back under this current administration. And still, Soludo does not even know there is fire on the mountain. You know, he does not even know there's fire on the body. He's a prof. But Anambra is gradually, recently, I think NECO, or I think NECO, Abia State now came into the first, I think the first 10 or so. But Anambra was not there. But this is a state that Peter Obi took from 20-something to first position. So that tells you a lot about what Peter Obi did. And he won many awards. And like you can see, this Grok now, it goes and pick information. And he doesn't know who Peter Obi is, and is owned by Elon Musk. Elon Musk has no ties with Peter Obi to say that, oh, it was programmed to promote Obi. No. But he says that even Tinubu was not even among the best governors. That's just to tell you that all the things they say, he built Lagos. It's not working. You know, Peter Obi is number one because Grok judged it by health improvements, education improvements. That was the statement. I read it from somebody's video because another person on the Twitter space asked Grok to give her the list of the most developed states in Nigeria, the most developed states in Nigeria, that Grok should give her from the worst to the best. Do you know the state that came the best? Not the state, sorry, the region. The Southeast came the best. You go to Donza's channel, go and watch the video he did today. It's about this is a Yoruba person asking Grok, tell me the most developed region in Nigeria. Start from the worst to the best. And Grok listed out the north, he started from the northwest, the north central, so the northeast, yes, the northeast, until it got to the last one, which is the best, the southeast. And Grok was saying that it's based on the health system and education. These two things made the Southeast to be more developed, not in terms of building houses like Wike is building roads and abandoned children are on strike. You know, teachers on strike. The doctors in the hospital sometimes will tell you they don't have a glove. I watched a video of a guy who brought somebody who got accident. He said he doesn't know the person. He saw the person on the roadside after the accident and he was abandoned. He picked the person and brought the person to the hospital, only for the nurses to be doing like this. He was asking what is happening. They said they don't have glove in Federal Medical Center there in Abuja. Can you imagine that? They are building road that they want to give Tinubu's signature project for re-election. Not really wondering if what he's building is what the people want. You must have seen the video of where the people in Abuja, the kind of water they are drinking. You have to be on the social media to get updates on what is happening in Nigeria. If you see the water that people in Abuja are drinking, you will cry. But these are the things that people use to rate performance. Not building, roads are good. But when your people cannot drink good water, they can't go to school. The hospital is not working. The road you are building is useless. Give them these things that will make them alive, that will keep them alive first before they buy a car to ride on the road. So guys, that's just it, what is happening on the social media. I don't know what your takes are. I want to play with you to please subscribe to the channel to support us. Give this video a like so that YouTube can recommend it to others. And also don't forget to turn on the bell notification so that you get all our updates. So guys, with this, I want to say a very big thank you for being a part of today's live session. Let's meet again some other time. Thank you so much and God bless you. Bye.